Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Sustainable Scoop. My guest today is Janine Finnell. Janine is a clean energy ambassador and the founder of Leaders in Energy. Thanks for joining me, Janine.
Thank you, Miriam. It's a delight to be here. I appreciate you having me on your show, and it's great to talk about one of my favorite topics, leaders in energy.
Well, you know what? This topic is why this show exists. So please, for our viewers' sake, tell us a little bit about why you created Leaders in Energy and what you do.
You know, I founded Leaders in Energy because I wanted to connect with other clean energy and sustainability professionals who are concerned about issues affecting our planet and society and who really want to make a difference. And I feel I can contribute and make a difference because of my experience both internationally and domestically working on clean energy and sustainability issues. I wanted to connect with others that can make a similar contribution.
Well, when you bring all of these people together, and I understand that your group has over 1,500 members, they're coming from all different energy sectors, sometimes competing perspectives. So how do you get them to work together?
You know, that's so interesting because our group is really a microcosm of our larger society where you see such contentious debates between fracking and climate change and should we do carbon tax and cap and trade or pricing, taxes, that sort of thing. So it's very interesting to see it play out in the group. But at times, as a moderator, particularly in a LinkedIn group, I do have to remind people to be respectful and professional. But I don't think there's any one-size-fits-all solution. We really need to be open to all kinds of energy resources. So we do need nuclear, we do need renewables, we do need energy efficiency. Want to be open to those solutions, not get polarized and locked down so we don't make progress.
Well, and one of the ways that you've made great progress is bringing people together through some wonderful events. And at your events, you have a combination of researchers, business innovators, and of course, government. When you have a group like that together, can you get things done?
We're really working on that, I'll tell you. In fact, you had a guest on 2 weeks ago that runs a clean energy incubator in the area.
That's right, Dave McCarthy.
And we had an event where we had people looking at funding clean tech innovation and how to bring money in to help entrepreneurs and businesses really get these new clean technologies off the ground. You're looking at a slide right now that I brought with me on our recent June bioeconomy event. And boy, there are exciting things happening in the bioeconomy, bioenergy, looking at algae, different ways to produce alternative fuels. It's so exciting.
You have Department of Agriculture, Department of Energy. You have some heavy hitters at these events.
Industry and entrepreneurs as well.
Right.
We want to be inclusive to everyone.
Well, I think that's wonderful, but I have to tell you that at times I'm quite discouraged. And I see that your enthusiasm and you're so motivated to help people find these solutions. How do you stay motivated?
I think it's because I'm seeing rays of hope out there, and I brought a couple slides to illustrate these points. One is the Martin Generating Plant, which is a hybrid natural gas solar plant that's located in Florida, the Martin Generating Plant operated by Florida Power and Light. But it's just so fascinating where they have these parabolic solar troughs that are generating electricity, and when the sun doesn't shine, then the natural gas system hops in. So it's wonderful, and it reduces natural gas emissions.
All together, they're all working together.
Exactly, exactly. So I think we need more of those kinds of systems. I think that's really exciting on the central station side. And then I brought another slide on microgrids, because that moves you away from central stations where right now we turn on the lights. Most probably it came from a power plant, you know, coal, natural gas, nuclear perhaps in Virginia, and we're moving more towards distributed, decentralized systems where you're producing the power closer to where you need it. So you've got that solar panel on your roof, maybe your micro turbine, or your fuel cell, maybe a little in the future a bioenergy generator in the back, but connecting it. So it is also create more resiliency, so that when you do have your power outages and everything, you're not reliant on a larger system, but you've got these mini systems that are much more reliable.
And that's really important here in Arlington, where we're talking about having a central grid and developing a sustainable energy platform in Crystal City. So that's wonderful, and I'm so glad you're a resident here. Now,
so am I.
now I have to. Before we wrap up, I just have to ask you: do you think that there's any hope for getting people to conserve energy?
You know, that's an excellent question. I'm so glad you mentioned it because O-Power is located right in Arlington, and I think one of the ways to conserve energy is to provide them with better information. You know, I heard David McKay, the Cambridge physicist out of England, giving a great TED talk, and he said, I give these talks all the time, but I don't even know how much energy I conserve. So he got smart, started to look at how much he consumed, and he was able to drastically reduce it, kind of like being on a diet. If you know what you're eating, then you can reduce it and eat more healthily, and we need to eat, you know, more healthily in terms of our energy resources.
I feel better just having you here, Janine, and I want to thank you so much for coming here and sharing Leaders in Energy. I want other people to get in touch with you and find out how they can become involved. So how do they do that?
We have a wealth of social media resources. We have a wonderful website. If anyone is interested in blogging on topics of interest, please contact us. We have a great Leaders in Energy group where you can connect with international professionals all over the world.
And now will you come back and see us again?
I would love to.
All right, wonderful. Thanks so much, Janine Finnell from Leaders in Energy. I want to thank my viewers for joining me here for another edition of the Sustainable Scoop. Back to the news desk.